What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 950 of FloWrestling Radio Live. Still in a conference room for the time being. They keep threatening to put us in a temporary studio, but I think it's a big practical joke on me. Special guest today, Shane Sparks is on. It's been a little while, but we also have Ben Funky Askren and an angry JD Rader. This man is upset. He has been wrong, and he wants to talk about it. So I think we start with young James. See, why is he not sitting next to me right now? That's what I want to know. JD, where are you and why?
Yes, normally I would be right next to you in that beautiful conference room, but I am stuck in Dallas, hopefully not for much longer, but I really can't say at this point because so I've been in the market for a new vehicle for the past month or so. My pickup total, been riding the motorcycle for the past month.
When did you didn't tell me that. So, I mean, that's a whole story, but it's from when I got rear-ended a while ago. They said it'd be, a couple week fix, but my back bumper was just like kind of messed up. Yeah. So I'd just been driving it for the past couple months. And then I finally take it in. They take it in and they're like, oh, there's bed damage and we can't put it back together and fix it. It's gone forever. What?
Yes. So I was like, okay. Well, luckily, I'm a two-vehicle man. I got the motorcycle. I've been driving the motorcycle for the past month. Finally, find a good deal on a vehicle, because I don't know if y'all know this, but we are baking alive in Austin, Texas. Most people enjoy riding their motorcycle in the summer. It is too hot to ride a motorcycle in Austin. It is not fun to ride with no AC when it's 105 degrees.
You sweat your butt off the whole time?
Every day I drive into the office. Luckily, we have a gym with showers in the office because I drive into the office, bring my clothes, shower, get dressed, work the day, go back home and immediately have to shower because I'm sweating again from my commute.
Dang.
But I live a frugal lifestyle. I'm not just going to go out and buy a new car. Finally, find a deal on one I like, but it's in Dallas. No worries, though. I book a $100 value flight with miles. It's a 75-minute flight, direct. Austin to Dallas, no worries. Last week, I do this deal with this dealership, get the vehicle I like. We set up an appointment for Wednesday afternoon for me to come get it. And I had test drove the same vehicle, not the exact one, but like one in Austin, very similar, but this one's a better deal. It's worth it to fly up to Dallas to get this vehicle and 3-hour drive home. All good. I think I'm good. Well, I land in Dallas yesterday. I'm sitting in the airport lounge doing a little work before I take the tram over to this dealership, and I get a text, hey, vehicle, we're waiting on it, in service. We might have to set up a new time or whatever. I'm like, yo, that's not okay. I need to get home tonight. And then I talk to him. He reassures me it'll be done by tonight. I'm like, okay. And then I'm on my way to the dealership from the airport, and they call me up, and they're like, yeah, not going to be ready by tonight. So, yeah. I mean, they put me up in this hotel, comped my hotel, some meals. I'm going to get a discount, too, on this vehicle. But I'm just hoping they tell me it'll be done today. But who am I to trust them?
You're being a whiner. At least they didn't tell you to F up. These airlines, they'll be like, sorry we left you at your midpoint. Go F yourself. Pay for your hotel and your transportation.
No, here's the 10. Don't forget, Ben, you get a $10 voucher. They'll give you a $10 voucher. Don't forget.
You can't put a price on that.
Airlines are not a personal business. The car salesman, that's a personal business relationship there.
Look like you're even in a nice hotel. It's not even like they put you up in a dump.
Good artwork behind you.
They just gave me $200 and said I could pick whatever hotel I wanted. So I went to downtown. I picked one up in downtown Dallas, explored a little bit.
Are those original Picassos behind you?
Yeah, for sure.
Man. God, I'll tell you what, JD, I know you're engaged, so this wouldn't apply to you, but I'll tell you this. I mean, you look at that hotel with that artwork, I mean, nothing sets the mood like what you're sitting in front of right there. I mean, that is sexy.
Like these splatter paintings?
Shane, this is a PG show.
Bonk.
Stop it right now.
Shane.
Cut him off, Tyler.
Shane is easily the. I'm not going to say it.
PG on the show.
I can't even say it because I'm trying to keep it PG.
For those of you just listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, literally all these paintings are just like splatter paintings with like random lines on them.
Yeah, but art's weird, bro. Shane's right. Art's weird. People like some weird stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
I just wanted to come on.
What car are you getting?
What, Christian? Can we? Yeah, I'm sick of JD's car. Let's talk about.
I just want to know what kind of car he's getting.
Yeah. What kind of car is it, JD?
Ford Escape,
Wow.
Okay. What year?
2020.
Good year. We all had a blast that year.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit worried, JD? Are you a little bit worried that there's something, pretty wrong with it, seeing as how it's taken so long to get it fixed?
They said it's just like one thing and they needed a part. I don't know. I am a little bit worried. I will not be doing business with Van Hyundai here in Dallas again.
There you go. All right. JD, I'm sorry. You can stay on if you want. This quad box looks fine.
Quad box is good.
I will say, you said we were a little tempted with our temporary studio. I was bummed I was going to miss the first show at the temporary studio, but
you successfully sabotaged that as well. So we got some Junior World stuff to talk about. I've got some Mitchell Mesenbrink hyperbole I'm trying to avoid right now, but
go hyperbole.
Well, okay. Who have we seen? And let's be honest here. Junior Worlds is probably one of the 6 or 7 toughest tournaments in Earth in freestyle competition, regardless of age. It's that tough. And 74 is actually the way we've had a lot of success with at Junior World level. We've had, Mark Hall, I think, won it twice. Keegan, of course. Now Mitchell and others. But when have we seen an attack rate like Mitchell's at this level?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Someone that is just literally, I mean, it's Nolf-esque is the one guy I'm like, this guy won't stop attacking legs. Cody Brewer was a guy, but like at this level, I can't think of a guy with
What about Fix? That run Fix went on in 2017 when he slaughtered everybody.
He did kill everyone. So it's like from a dominance perspective, we've had like some scoreless Junior Worlds like Dayton did that. His was like so much like just a lot of pressure and
he doesn't shoot a lot.
Yeah, but this dude Mitchell just attacks so often with such frequency. I'm like, and rarely punished for it. Right? Normally that's like one of the big hits.
I mean, shoot, that's been a work in progress for years. I mean, I remember we actually found I totally blanked on which match it was, but one of the times when he was getting over the hump of being too stubborn and shooting too much, he had a match. It was Hunter Garvin. I totally had forgot this because it was like 3 years later at Vegas. He was either a first or second year cadet, and he lost like 22-18 or something preposterous, right? Because he just kept shooting underneath and getting scored on half the time, scoring half the time. So, it's been a work in progress where, he's getting much more elite at his finishes. And his dad actually really has been pushing the one shot that he was killing people with, which is not really a shot. It's probably a shot variation. He did it a whole bunch let's see it. So he's going inside. He's going knee pull, but you can do it on a single also. But the important point is he's going to the heel. So he drops to the heel he was on this side. So it'd be mostly this hand on the heel and this hand above the knee. And then he's pressuring this way. And it's disabling the other person's ability to like come over the top or sprawl all that effectively. And then puts him in a really good spot for the lace. So John, so you guys who don't know, John is Mitchell's dad. John was also my high school coach.
Great wrestling mind. One of the best, Ben, right? I mean, I would put John Mesenbrink up against anybody.
Yeah, well, he's coached a whole bunch of NCAA champs now. Maybe more. So, but he's been really pushing that I guess I would say it's a variation of the attack where you're grabbing the heel also, and it makes the scramble a lot harder. So, like picking up on those finishes. It says when he was younger, he always shot a lot, but he got punished a lot more. So it's been increasing the finishes. And then his hand fight has been getting better. And even honestly, even since he went to Penn State, which is maybe 6 weeks ago, his hand fight has continued to improve because we just, he was gone for a while and we worked out last week. And his hand fight's getting better. And that's something that I think we'll need to continue to improve because freestyle finishing on leg attacks is a little easier than folk style. So, he's going to get better, obviously. And I think his hand fight's going to get a lot better too.
What aspects of the hand fight are you seeing like that are improved?
Well, I mean, early, which I'm way when he's younger, there was too much shooting from just the outside. And then he really, even if you watch like last year, because I did this to him on one workout to really make him mad. Sometimes that's what I had to do to get a point across. But he did almost a lot of stuff was off the hand grab, right? And my problem was sometimes in international wrestling, they just won't let you do it. And so there was one match we wrestled at a senior level where they kept saying stop it, stop it, stop it, and then they cautioned and won him, and so he couldn't do it anymore. So it's like you have to have the ability to, because he can shoot from the outside, obviously he can shoot from the hands and wrists, but you also have to have the ability to come and get inside and go, bicep collar and pull on them a little bit, and that's where really in the last month, 6 weeks, where I wasn't coaching him, he was being coached by someone else, that he's really kind of stepped up on that.
I noticed him just like clearing ties really well. Like when guys were coming on his head, he was able to like fight out of a lot of he wasn't letting guys get set with their hands much either. I mean, he's a whirling dervish. He just doesn't stop moving. He's just constantly it was so impressive. And one of the main the question I've seen, and Kozak posed it, but a bunch of people posed it to me, is like, everyone wants to see Mitchell versus Meyer. Everyone wants to see that match, and I don't know if we will. I have to assume that Meyer at some point will be a 74, but 74.
Oh yeah, I mean, long term has to be
long term. But in the near future, I don't know if I see it.
Do you think he's going to go 49 next year? Then
I believe that's Cornell's plan for him.
Okay, because Mitchell, I don't know Mitchell's plan, and like I said, I was being honest with you. I said whatever. We coach wrestling. I'm not Penn State's coach. I'm not going to tell him I got a plan.
I've never told him I had a plan. Someone asked if I had a plan. I didn't say I had a plan. Am I a planner? Maybe.
He's not huge for 170 or for 74 kilograms. There was multiple workouts this summer where, he got done with the workout and he was 164, 163. Like, it wasn't like he was sucking a lot of weight. I think he absolutely could be a 57 next year if they want. I think he could Olympic red shirt now because he has 2 junior world medals, so he could do that. And, they have a very full lineup next year. I said this to you yesterday in Texas, that they're going to graduate. Truex will be done eligibility. Brooks will be done eligibility. And Starocki has said he's not competing after next year, so he'll be done with his eligibility. So they have 3 guys who are done with eligibility, so maybe will allow them to kind of move around some more. But they do have a lot of guys coming in. So I have no idea what they're going to do there. And I think Mitchell's kind of open to any of the possibilities.
Well, you talk about Starocci coming back for his 5th year. He put on Instagram, like, hey, maybe soon I'll be making my decision on whether or not to attend Penn State for my senior year.
He might be doing that for real. Yeah,
I don't think there's any chance Carter doesn't come back for this year at least.
What do you think? Kale go kidnap him or something if he said he's not coming back?
No, you think Carter doesn't want to be a 4-time NCAA champion? Penn State's
He's kind of different, bro. He's kind of different. I don't know. I mean, I don't know him that well, but just the things I've seen and heard and the way he acts, he is a little different.
Definitely different. No denying that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, you're right. They are going to clear out a lot, and they have the opportunity to kind of slide everyone in and around. They also have Barr and Rader coming in at, you would think, 74.
Got one more year of high school still. So
true.
Yeah.
And so, how old is Mitchell? 20? I mean, he's 20 years old, right?
Mitchell just turned 20. He just turned 20 like a month ago or whatever. Yeah.
So if he'd redshirt, he'd be a 21-year-old freshman.
Yeah, I mean that's not really that abnormal compared to what
Yeah.
we're doing with Corona, and then there,
Sure, yeah.
Wisconsin doesn't do it, but some of these other states are doing the double 8th grade red shirt where they're older by the time they get to college. So it's not super abnormally old. But yeah, he'd be older, obviously.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you brought up Meyer 49. I think that is Cornell's plan right now. I don't know how big he is. You can certainly see that he could get big and that 49 is going to be a challenge. But man, I feel like both those two are just superstar potential guys. For sure. They're so good.
I mean, we've said this, Christian, on the show. We've absolutely said this before. One of the reasons I love it personally, and this is whether it's at the national level or the world level, is generally this tournament is a launching pad. And you said it, this is one of the toughest tournaments, not senior, not age level, but all levels. If you can have success here, you're probably not all that far away from being at the level where you're going to win state title. Like, you're really, really close.
Yeah. Is there a list of all our junior world champs anywhere, JD?
I think Kozak had something on. I think Kozak had something.
I doubt it.
There's a couple who don't have very much NCAA success, but it's not. It's more the exception than the rule. And actually, they posted. I don't know who. I think it was one of your guys yesterday.
Kozak's got something good. He's got a
The last
Kozak's got a good little graph.
The last 4 at 74 all won NCAA titles the following year. So it was Mark Hall, Carr, Keegan, and who am I?
Mackay Lewis.
Mackay. Those 4 all won a world NCAA title the year directly after winning the world title at 74 kilograms. So that was interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Spencer Lee.
There we go. Is it the list up right there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it on Kozak's. It's like a Excel sheet looking thing.
So there's a few that haven't had success, but
like Aaron Pico, no college success.
Yeah.
He's not one I would be saying because he was in the Olympic trials finals, but no college success. More like I guess Downey even had some senior level success.
Literally made a world team.
He made a world team, so I guess maybe I can't have that one either. So who else is there?
I mean, Nathan Butler sort of sticks out, but it was like heavyweight, which is kind of hit or miss at Junior Worlds. But he was like a top 10-ish ranked guy. I don't know if he ever placed, but Butler was solid. But yeah, everyone.
I don't think he.
No, but no, all these guys are extremely good. Most of them, a lot of them are NCAA champions. Yeah. Wow.
So Mitch McKee obviously was never, So Mitch McKee was really good, and Brady Berge was really good. But when you compare them to the other people on this list, they are kind of a step below. And Nathan Butler also.
Yeah, there's a lot of, there's NCAA champions here that never. I mean, Aaron Brooks didn't win Junior Worlds.
Yeah.
Colin, a lot of guys. Gable Stevenson's last run DNP'd.
What happened there? I don't.
He got pinned. He kept attacking this. It was an Uzbek heavyweight, and he kept.
Oh, wasn't it like a knee pick? Maybe
he got thrown. Back and pinned. It was.
Oh my God.
He got thrown one time and then got up, and then I think he just kind of went back there again and was just overconfident, over pursued, whatever, and got thrown. He's since, I think, I don't know if he's seen that guy again yet. I'm pretty sure he wrestled him again and lost to him again.
What?
This is why Kozak should be here. I'm pretty. There was a tournament.
I'll find it.
Okay, you find it.
I know how to search UW. I'm getting better at searching UWW's website. So
yeah, I've noticed the texts have decreased from you asking me to send you things. So you're getting resourceful, which is fantastic. So yeah, Mitchell's performance was great. He dominated throughout. Meyer, Shapiro, super good. But similar styles, but a little, I would say Meyer a little more power based, and he picks his spots maybe a little more selectively, but both are really dynamic attackers and have a lot of ways to score.
He doesn't shoot as much from the outside, is what I would say about him. But yeah, he does obviously do a lot of really awesome things. I would say he's a little trickier in the scramble for the time being. I think Mitchell will probably get better there, but Meyer does some really, really sneaky things.
Bro, that's what I was going to say. It's like they both can scramble, and Meyer at this point is probably a little more. He's got a couple more tricks.
Gable, that guy that pinned Gable, he wrestled him again at the 2019 Medved, and that time he lost 12-0.
Gable lost 12-0?
Gable lost 12-0.
What?
Wow.
I'm glad the guy is Kastana Boy Rakimov. Iowa should recruit this guy.
Yeah.
I bet he's got
He's still got 4 years of eligibility. So I started watching this Mesenbrink Garvin video from 2018, and 20 seconds in, it's
real little.
Yeah, 113.
I want to say it's like 22-18, Christian. I want to say something ridiculous like that.
It's 4-2 already. Let's look here.
Okay, Kasana Boy is not good. He took 11th and 27th at the 2 World Championships he competed at.
It was 18-17 final.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something really ridiculous.
That's I would consider that ridiculous.
And the other thing, it's a 4-minute match. It's a cadet match, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Okay. Where JD, why don't you drive? Where do you want to go next?
Did y'all see the Janae match, the end of it? Just complete robbery.
Yeah. That's
where they gave the girl the point?
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy.
So if you didn't see it, USA has a wrestler, Janae, who she's winning the entire match. She gives up a takedown with 5-6 seconds to go, but she knows she can give it up because she's leading 8-8 on criteria. Then with 5 seconds to go, she does evade, but a normal amount for 4 seconds. She doesn't turn her back and run away. I believe the two were in contact the entire time.
Yeah.
He was kind of backing up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not terrible.
Right. But they blow the whistle. You think match is over. YOLO challenge from Italy. And they give Italy a point, I assume, for fleeing.
Yeah.
And I just hate how this now moving forward, it gives like YOLO challenges like an actual reason.
Yep. It's Spade did a good job kind of summarizing, but the precedent is frightening. And also they sort of went against what I thought the rules were, which are like you can't challenge after the match is over unless points have gone up or something like that, which obviously was not the case, which was not the case here. And so should a challenge even have been allowed? I don't know. But then certainly you can't just change the winner after the fact on something like that. It just really sort of freaks you out a little bit. I don't know why.
Man, I felt like when this rule set, guys, that's what they were giving themselves the possibility of doing that. And that was why I hated the refs' ability to give points on things like this, or even the push out. Sometimes it's very unfairly called, in my opinion, and it allows the ref to have more flexibility in determining the outcome.
Yeah, scary.
I hate it.
Shane Sparks probably loves it because it's just like feeds right.
No, it's just, guys, it's just one of those things where I'm just, the only thing I've ever debated was this assumption that freestyle rules are just so easy to understand. I mean, they're not that easy to understand. And I, at least for me, and my perspective on this is I've broadcast both of them. And there's many times I'm doing a freestyle broadcast, and I'll be honest, I don't know what's going on. And I don't feel that guilty about it because the other three people don't understand it either. And it's going to a video review, and then they find something else. I mean, it's just, no, I don't like it. I mean, I watched it, and you're right. Spade did a really good job summarizing it, but you don't want to see somebody lose like that. I mean, it was disgraceful is a big word, but it was pretty disgraceful. I mean, that stuff can't happen. Like, it just can't happen.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. Sorry, I'm recutting on the lights in this stupid room because I cut off if you don't move. So I'm with you a little bit, Shane. So my thought is, and I don't know if Ben agrees or disagrees, but I feel like in theory, and in how it's written, freestyle actually could be simpler, but theoretical is not the reality, and application is everything. And so ultimately, how calls are actually made is the rule set, whether or not what we think is written is how it's called. The application is confusing, and therefore it does make freestyle, I think, in a lot of ways, a more confusing rule
It's
set.
confusing.
No.
I mean, it is confusing. I mean, and then you get the challenge bricks, and there's no flow. I mean, it's just like it's a nightmare sometimes.
Actually, I will compliment the UWW because I feel like the challenge process at both worlds, 17U and 20U, it was pretty quick. It was pretty efficient. There wasn't anything that was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I was actually happy about that. I mean, where I'll say, and this is I'm agreeing with Shane, is there's more nuance in the freestyle set because a lot of the things a lot of the points hinge on whose action is it. And in order to understand that, you have to really deeply understand wrestling and the way the bodies are moving. And lots of times, I will tell you, and this is me being arrogant a little bit, the referees don't understand it. I'm watching them, and they called the wrong person because they don't understand which person is doing the action and which person is moving the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's tough.
Yeah. And I mean, you got to, at these tournaments, you got, trained officials, best ones in the world. And there's still, you got three of them on a mat, and there's still at times significant confusion. And I mean, folk style rules, hey, they're not perfect, but I've just always, like I said, I've just always debated when it's like, oh, freestyle is so easy to understand. And I'm going, man, I know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but it's not that easy.
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
I agree
with that.
Yeah, can't disagree. And and there are just sometimes bad calls. I think that is probably a bad call too. Like, you're not supposed to, for a lot of reasons. I mean, we could go back, and everyone has watched matches play out exactly like that dozens, hundreds of times. This is like, that is how you finish a match, basically. It's not the best, it's not great, but
it wins.
And like that,
it wasn't as egregious as Mongolia in the 2016 Olympics.
Oh yes,
the close off. That's how bad that was.
That was something.
That was egregious.
No, I'm saying Janiak's flea wasn't as bad as that Mongolian's flea was. Sure. So if USA wrestling coaches wanted to protest,
close off.
Yep, they could have caused a stink.
They could have done it. Yeah. So I don't know if we went through any sort of formal protest or anything like that. I don't know what good that would do, but.
And what's up, guys, with these guys taking forever to get back to the center? Like, basically taking a rest. That is out of hand.
No, the match we watched on FRL on Tuesday.
The Russian.
It was the Russian at 61 or something.
Versus Iran.
Oh my God, that match!
The semifinal 61.
I mean, they should literally have a 3-second clock, and then it's sorry.
Yes,
that was the most entertaining match, though, of the tournament.
Oh my God, possibly. It was so funny, but that was because the one guy was dead, and somehow he just kept doing things to not come back to the center. It was like, it should just be caution. You're not here. Listen, I'm gonna stand here. If you're not here within 3 seconds of me being here, caution 1 or 5 or something. It should be simple.
So that Russian's gas tank cost him his world title. He was winning against India in the final, and the Indian came back to beat him.
Did they make him back to center, or was he using the same tactics as the other day?
He was trying.
He might want to work a little cardio when he gets back to Russia. I mean, there's very few times you laugh watching a wrestling match, but that was comical. It was funny.
Yeah. It's crazy to get that tired.
He was so tired.
Okay.
I will say before we move on from U20 Worlds, the girls are off to a good start. We're in the lead on Japan. Audrey Jimenez defeated Japan head-to-head. We had another win over Japan head-to-head. So
nice.
Audrey's awesome. She's really good. Bright future for her for sure. speaking of women's wrestling, I was in Colorado Springs this weekend for the Helen wrestle off. I don't know if I think y'all probably talked about it on the Tuesday show, but Helen looked great. There were a lot of questions about, obviously she requested a delayed wrestle off, but we never really heard why. And we didn't hear why until after, when she said she got sick 10 days before Final X and had to request a delay. So she was healthy, but what most interestingly, and again, not to rehash if you went over this, but she's not been training. She's not a traditional senior level training situation. She's been in California. She's got like a strength coach. She's got Coach Cal with Training Lab, and she's like been kind of like putting her own wrestling plan together. And I'm not sure who exactly she was training with. I think it was just like some high school athletes in the area, but it was good enough to dominate XMP twice, who had some good moments. So, yeah, she looks good and poised to win another medal.
Has that been the case with Helen? And I don't want to misspeak here because I don't know the facts, but has that been kind of the case with her for a period of time now? I mean, she kind of gets around a little bit. I mean, from a training standpoint.
She's been training a lot of different places. But with similar success, kind of wherever she's gone to
13 world teams, 13, right?
Something. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I didn't realize she's approaching Bruce Baumgartner territory.
I didn't realize she's been, I mean, it seems like just yesterday she was, I mean, it's crazy. It's been like, boom. I didn't realize I know she'd been around a while, but 13 years, man, Rio seems like yesterday. I remember I was there in person. That was a great historic night.
That was incredible. That is one of my, like, not live, like, 'cause not in person. That's probably one of my most vivid wrestling memories, is watching her win the Olympics, beating Yoshida. That was so insane. But yeah, that said, yeah, she's had a lot of different training situations over the years, and now she's got kind of it works. So what can you say? Proof is in the pudding. She's on another level. Her technical array and diversity of offense, defense is, I put it up there on par with any wrestler in the world. Truly, she's phenomenal. I also had a phenomenal time at the Air Force Academy with a great American hero, the most electric man in wrestling, Ben Askren's favorite wrestler.
Let's go.
That he didn't personally coach.
No, he's my favorite even more than those guys anyways.
What's that?
I think he's my favorite even over those guys.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably beat Keegan, let's be honest.
Christian, was that picture that you had with him on, I think it was on social media, with him by the plane? Was that a actual, like, a live, was that from your trip out there, or was that?
Yeah. I was like, all right, here, stand in front of the plane and look tough. So yeah, they Coach Barber and company, was just awesome. Yeah. Awesome place, awesome crew, and had a really fun day. Actually, my whole family was with me, and we got to tour the whole place. It was fantastic.
That place is impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. No doubt about it. But anyway, Coach brought us to the airfield with Wyatt, and he was in his, like, they wear like the cool little jumpsuit type of thing. And interviewed him there with the planes. And we got to see some of the planes take off, and interviewed the great American hero about his plans and next year and then beyond. He wants to go try to win a World Olympic title. So he's probably going to do 3 years with the WCAP, or he can do 3 years with the WCAP and then go in the service. But yeah, he's the man. And one thing I forgot to ask him about is this dude can wrestle his senior season NCAAs. He's from Kansas, and NCAAs are in Kansas City. So I wonder
the USA chance. We'll hear plenty of those. Yeah.
Out of control.
Hey, we got some breaking news right here live on the show.
Hit it.
Zack Esposito leaving Oklahoma State, taking over James Green position at USA Wrestling.
I wonder if that was coming out today. I knew it was coming, and we don't like to jump the gun here on FRL, so I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's sort of like there's a few worst kept secrets in wrestling right now. This is one of them. But I think really good hire for USA. Obviously, this is a guy that's been on umpteen tours with athletes over the years, understands freestyle well, understands the athletes he's going to be coaching. I think good opportunity for him.
And he's been in Stillwater, 20 years?
Bro,
Right?
I was thinking
As an
about that.
athlete?
21 years,
21.
according to USA
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
Man.
he'll do great. Yeah, he's a good guy. Man.
Yep. So congrats to Espo. He'll do a great job. And he's going to have a lot to work with. We're not going to stop sending really high caliber guys to cadet and junior worlds. So I think it's good for the home team, good for him. And obviously it sets up some other dominoes in motion.
Let's hear him. You guys know anything? Because I'm curious. I have no idea.
Miles, what do you know?
Come on.
No, you're all going to get me stabbed. First of all,
Yeah, if it's the truth and they got an issue, that's their problem.
no,
Yeah, it is.
I'm not getting no.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You'd be a lot cooler if you were stabbed.
I know. I would have so much more
Street cred.
Good story.
Yeah.
So, Christian, let me ask you this. When does the next domino fall? Would you guess?
Soon.
Okay.
Within-
Today?
For sure within a week, potentially today.
Okay. Ben Askren going to Okie State?
I would never. I don't want to. The Elkie State people already hate me, but I don't know if you can pay me enough money to live in Stillwater. That would be a challenge for me.
I know they've got like a little charcoal drawing of Chris in the wrestling room. It's like
I
that
like going to
No, I
Stillwater.
wouldn't have an issue with that. I'd have an issue with Stillwater. It's kind of a dump.
Not enough disc golf
I like
courses?
going there.
They have an average disc golf course, maybe two. I mean, that's been a while. I played them.
Yeah.
They're okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of college wrestling programs are kind of in these towns that are in the middle of nowhere, which aren't the nicest towns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to Columbia.
What?
I haven't
never-
either.
Zoo hater.
I like Columbia. I've been there.
I'm sure I would like it, but I've
It's
never
a
been
typical
there.
college town.
Guys, I've said this before. The
Uh-oh.
best kept secret, I think, in this country is like Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. Great places.
The whole country.
I'm telling you, I
Kearney, Nebraska.
love Lincoln, Nebraska. I love Omaha. I think Nebraska's like,
Let's go,
awesome.
Shane.
Shane,
when
we're taking you out of Wisconsin. Go to Nebraska. Get out.
I love it.
Wait,
I
so
really
which
like
is it?
I like Wisconsin too. I mean, this summer's been fantastic here. One of the best summers ever in Wisconsin. No doubt.
Bro, leaving Colorado weather and coming back to whatever you
Oh.
want to call this weather here is insane. Colorado is
Wet box. Yeah.
incredible. But yeah. So wait, Lincoln or Omaha? Are you just saying both? Because they're not the
Both.
same.
They're
Oh,
not-
I
they're not
really
that
like.
close,
I'm
but
surprised
no
by how
doubt.
much I
Pretty
like
close.
Lincoln.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, they're about an hour and a half away. I think the drive is.
Not even.
Not me
Okay.
driving, bro.
Depends on what part of Omaha you're leaving from. Brian Snyder makes that commute every day.
Really? Okay.
I
He literally
think
lives in
we're-
Omaha.
2018, and yeah, it's an hour for him, I believe, every day. It's wild.
Yeah, big fan of Nebraska as a state. I like it.
What do you got here on the map? I can't click into it. I can't see it. I can't zoom it.
From the airport, I feel like less than an hour. But anyway, I don't think Brian lives at the airport.
Never know.
I'm sure he probably lives in Western Omaha.
I want to like a nice downtown area is what I feel like I remember, although I could be wrong.
When was the NCAAs were there in what? 08?
10.
In 10?
Yeah, Max
Yeah,
won.
10.
Okay. Philly in 11.
That's when
Yeah.
Max won, right? Didn't he win
Yeah.
in 2010?
Yep, 2010. Christian,
he
I want some more news, bro. Why are you hiding stuff from us?
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm about to slam my computer and just be out of here if you're not going to share anything with us.
Oh, like you don't keep secrets.
I don't keep secrets. I tell you, and then you get mad for me saying too much wild stuff.
No.
Yeah, you do. You
Yeah,
do. You know you do.
you do.
I legit don't know what weight Mitchell's wrestling. I haven't even asked him.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because I listened to his interview on Clash of Combat with Caden.
Oh, that's an AWA guy right there. Caden Hetchel.
Yeah.
Great content creator. Are you guys a partnership? Because there was a collab post with you guys yesterday.
Yeah, we're sort of. Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
cool. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like Caden. And Mitchell was basically like, literally, no one has talked to me at all, or anyone. No one's talking about what weight anyone's going. No one's talking about redshirt right now. It's like all the focus right now is just Junior Worlds, and it's not even been discussed. And like he said, yeah, I don't know what if I'm wrestling. Well, wait, I'll go 65, I'll go 57. He's like, it's just like I told Flo a couple months ago. Like, whatever I do, I have full confidence that it's gonna be good for him. So it really does sound like they're just not even, setting him up for either way at this point. And probably now, he's back and done, and over the next couple of weeks, maybe that'll take more shape. But
yeah,
got a text from Bader, guys.
Uh-oh.
Bader is telling us get to Columbia. He said it puts
Lincoln.
Let's see here. Bader says get your butts to Columbia, puts Lincoln to shame. Those are strong words from Bader.
Yeah, I prefer Columbia to Lincoln, obviously, but I may be biased.
You might be. There's no way.
I got to get to Missouri. I would, dual meet at Missouri be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I want to go. I was talking with Coach Smith at the convention about it, and they have some cool duels going on there. And
I went to the Iowa State one last year, Electric.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Fun.
Bro, that was a crazy. That whole duel was crazy.
Yes, it was.
Smaller. That was honestly one of the best duels of the year.
That was 125. Noah Certain was big for Missouri, if I remember right, in that match, right?
He's a madman.
Hey, we got a great idea for you on Twitter, Christian.
Oh, great.
We're going to do this game where you tell us 3 things, and only one of which is true.
And a lie.
One of which is true. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, sir. Nope.
Come on. Let's have some fun here.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. Well, if you tell us anything, we don't got nothing to talk about. I'm out of here.
Guys, I got bad news. I got to tell you some real bad news for me. Okay. So I was supposed to see Madonna last Thursday.
All right, I'm
Chicago.
going. I'm leaving.
I was supposed to see her last Thursday. It gets canceled like 6 weeks ago, maybe.
But you have a bad Botox injection or something?
Yeah, it's looking a little rough. It was her birth. I think it was her birthday yesterday. I think she's like 65. And Madonna is the best. I mean, she's Mount Rushmore, no doubt.
Tell me how much of a babe she was in 1986.
Bonk.
In the mid 80s. Yeah, the fastball was hitting about 99 for her in the mid 80s. Now she's lost some velo, but they rescheduled the concert for February 2nd, and of course, Friday night. So I took the refund. So a little disappointed. Will not see Madonna. How about the stunt that Lionel Richie pulled last week?
What do you do? All this, of course.
You hear about this?
How could you miss it?
So Lionel Richie, who I love. I mean, I love Lionel Richie. Saw him. I think it was Earth, Wind, and Fire in Milwaukee. Couple listen. Anyway, last weekend, he's in like New York City, I believe it was, and like an hour before the concert, he says that there was some bad weather, he couldn't make it. Like, I mean, can you imagine the people, the hotels, the transportation, the money, that like all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, I had some weather issues, and supposedly the weather was perfect there. But
I'm hung up here in Dallas, and I still showed up to work today.
Yeah, exactly. But
champions don't make excuses.
Doesn't Lionel Richie know about Zoom?
Yeah, that was and it's funny because when I saw him in Milwaukee, he was late. I mean, it was like 45 minutes to an hour, but he was late there too. Lionel Richie, guys, he's one of the best.
Sounds like he's one of the worst.
But he won't show up. He sounds like a bum.
Yeah, that was not good. I mean, that wasn't good. But yeah.
Hey, I got a rant I want to go on that actually kind of pertains to wrestling and not 80s musicians. So I was watching the Johnny Manziel Untold on Netflix the other day. It's a great documentary. Highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. Especially being a teenage boy at the time of Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
Wild ride. But at the end, it kind of reminded me that morally, like as a whole, I know there's a lot of talk about NIL being bad and people want it to go away and go back to the way it was before. This is a terrible thing for college sports. But the fact that Johnny Manziel couldn't make a dime off of his name, and you see the numbers that Texas A&M brought in, that they brought billions of dollars to their university, like in 1 year, right after the crazy Johnny Football Heisman year, that's insane. And just like from a moral standpoint, like NIL should definitely be allowed. I know it's made it the Wild West, and there's people breaking rules, and a lot of sports has basically become pay for play for some players and whatnot. But NIL should be allowed, like just from a moral standpoint.
I mean, he was making a ton for the university. I mean, I just think that the first thing is it's got to be if you transfer. I mean, and this is in the same realm, anyways. If you transfer for whatever reason, you lose a year. Plain and simple. Make it easy.
With that,
I don't like that either. What if a coach leaves?
That's the way it goes. Like you're not going to find a perfect system. And here's the reality too. I would throw this in there too, guys. These coaches don't, at least when it comes to wrestling, when it's, what if the coach leaves? I'd be curious to see the top 15 programs in college wrestling and how many times the coach leaves. Like it doesn't happen often. And you're not going to find a perfect system, but that's like, sometimes things happen, but the overall, it would make things a lot better overall. Hey, if you're going to transfer, that's fine. You lose a year. Like it's got to happen.
Man. I don't know. So why do you err on the side of the coach, not the athlete?
What's that?
Why do you err on the side of the coach's mobility, but not the athletes?
I think, again, you're not going to find a perfect system. I just think overall it would really help stabilize things. I know it would. I mean, I listened to Tom Ryan, and his example is a little bit different because it wasn't his coach. He left, but he said, hey, I punished Syracuse. Like they needed me. Cost me a year. And then he talks about that story where he beat Pat Smith, I think, he beat Pat Smith that season. Gable wanted to pull the red shirt, couldn't do it because he didn't get released. I just don't think it was, the coach leaves. It just doesn't really happen. Like it just doesn't happen that often.
Well,
then I would say this, Christian, I would say this. If you are an athlete, if this was the rule, like, again, you might get burned. But I think you probably got to pay attention. I mean, you got a young coach. I'm just making a hypothetical example here. You got a young coach.
Talking about 17-year-old kids, 16, 17-year-old kids to pay attention. They don't pay attention. They're freaking still dummies.
So you guys would disagree?
Shane, the coaches lie. What if the coaches lie to them? Misrepresent what they're going to get when they get there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, sometimes things just happen. It sucks. I get it. I mean, if that
I strongly disagree because I think lots of times these college coaches, they're not fully forthcoming with all the details of their program, and the kids are painted up maybe a much rosier picture than what they get when they get there. And you're asking a 16 and 17-year-old kid to make a decision in 3 days.
Don't make a decision when you're that's what
they do. That's all they got. They got a recruiting tip. They're there for 48 hours.
The whole committed thing too, and I know that's not on all the kids because maybe the coaches are giving them pressure, but it's like, I always laugh when I see a kid commits when he's a sophomore. It's like, okay, it should be commitment 1, and then stay tuned because we'll get commitment 2, and then commitment 3, and then maybe commitment 4.
Here's the thing: they are not all the time, but oftentimes many of these verbals, the staffs are asking for them.
Yeah, I know.
Hoping that, so it's like, man, you've got this coach that's telling you got to do X, Y, or saying, hey, you need to do this or that. Or there's gonna be
So guys, let me ask you this. I'm gonna throw it back on you. So if I'm saying, hey, you lose a year if you transfer, okay, what's the better solution?
I think that athletes have to sign. Oh my!
Okay.
I think contrary.
Ian still owes me something about the Max Murin All-American thing. He isn't. Yeah.
Well, he's running. Oh, man. He just picked up his pace there. Sion, they don't want to talk about Max Murin. Good Murin. Oh, he's coming back.
Yeah, what do you got to say?
Hold on. Sion wants to derail the show.
Well, Shane Sparks already talked about Madonna and Lionel Richie, so we're down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, did you hear about Madonna?
No.
She had to cancel Shane's. Shane was going to see her live.
Yeah. Supposed to see her at in Chicago last week.
What do you think about Madonna?
Well, she used to be hot back in the days.
That's Shane's take, and that's why he wants to see her perform now.
Yeah, that might be rough now. I mean, that might have been one. That might be the blessing in disguise that I didn't get to see her. Maybe.
Back in the day.
Sion, have you given me the public congratulations on my Max Murin All-American? I don't know if that's happening.
Didn't you miss? I went on here. I apologize.
He did.
You missed it.
You're a man of your word. High integrity. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I seen he was sending you a shirt. I seen he sent you a shirt.
Yeah.
Be his biggest fan.
What he sent you?
He ain't sent me nothing, man.
Well, you consider yourself lucky.
I was kind of wondering what he sent the referees in those for the matches that he won, but
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm just kidding.
You're getting us all stabbed.
Yeah, what information does Christian know that he's not sharing with
Under
us?
duress, I apologize because CP begged me in order for me to come on the show that morning, but I was mad enough to say I was wrong. He did see the podium.
You're good people. You're good people.
All right. What were you saying, Ben?
I said, Sion, what information does Christian know that he's not sharing with us?
No, don't talk.
Tell us, Sion.
I don't know what Sion may not know anything. But
See, this is what I'm talking about. Sion may know. That's what we need the information, Sion.
He knows nothing.
Be a man of the people right now.
Yeah.
I never know nothing.
I never know nothing.
Yep.
That means he knows everything.
That means you know
I know
something.
nothing and I know everything.
Okay. He's very cryptic.
The beginning and the end. The alpha and the omega. No, I'm just kidding.
He spent a lot of time in Hawaii, so I think he's very mystical right now.
So,
All
Ben,
right.
pick up where you left off.
Oh, man, I don't want to go down this. I was thinking when Sion came in, we have been down this argument at least 27 times.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like over it.
Yep.
Christian's over it.
A year.
Hey,
I'm
I'll agree.
I started this rabbit hole. I'm gonna finish it by saying
Finish it with Johnny Manziel.
watch the Johnny Manziel doc. Very good. Some pretty crazy parts, some stuff that I didn't know about it. But watch the new one that came out this Untold series, Hall of Shame. It's about the Balco scandal.
Oh,
Very
man.
good. And
I heard it was good.
Yeah. I have some takes on that too. But maybe that can be a homework assignment for next week.
Dude, I love all that stuff. I love the there's an A-Rod documentary. What is it called? It's has a
That
cartoon.
one's good. That one's really good.
So good.
The animated one? It's like animated?
Yes. Yeah,
partially.
Yes.
Mostly real life, but then there's a bunch that's animated. So
Yeah, that one
Christian,
is good.
congratulations on your Baltimore Orioles.
they're doing good. They're doing good. How
How
about
about-
And also, it's in the doc. The haters want to know, are you actually from Jersey since you like popping your top so much?
Well, listen. Me popping my top is not a new phenomenon. Ask anyone in Virginia. I'm not a big shirt guy. When I'm not, in normal circumstances like this, I'll wear a shirt. But generally, I don't like to wear a shirt.
Christian, here's the deal. You gotta, I love marketing. I love, carving your niche. Because I've known you for a long time. And the no shirt thing, never have the shirt on. I'm begging you to do this. When I come on FRL, no shirt for you. No shirt.
Listen, I wouldn't mind. Hey, listen, y'all are lucky I wear a shirt as often as I do.
That's your thing. You shouldn't have a shirt on. That's your
I
thing.
will say, at least at the old studio, CP used to like to roast that studio, keep uncomfortably warm at the old studio.
Oh yeah,
Good.
I like it hot. Yep.
Christian, can you grow a beard? Can you grow a beard if you wanted to?
Maybe I've never
Okay.
fully not, but decently, yeah. Something somewhat respectable. Yeah, no, I don't. Listen, the irony of Ben talking about it. This guy went viral with his shirt. This guy's gone more viral for a shirtless than me. He literally he literally see. I like I'm having a special family moment, and whatever. I'm not wearing a shirt. This guy's like, I've got shredded since retirement. Look at me. I'm in incredible shape. Like that's the entire point of Ben's post is I am shredded and in shape. It's just like, oh, it's very, I am in good shape, obviously, but that's not like the point of the post.
Oh, maybe it is, Christian. We don't know.
And maybe it is, but I think it's been established I'm in pretty good shape at this point.
Yeah, but can you wrestle a Mitchell Mesenbrink pace? I want to see that. I
can't. I can't wrestle.
What? Why not, Christian?
Because I'm not in that kind of shape, and I'm also not good at wrestling either. So
I was actually, you know what? I saw someone post like, I want to see what Mitchell Mesenbrink's conditioning workouts were, and I can say I never seen him do a conditioning workout. I think he just wrestles hard.
He just wrestles.
Yeah,
I think that's like a big tail thing too. He's like, I forget who said it, but he's like, yeah, we're not a track team. We're not going to do a bunch of running. We're a wrestling team. We're going to wrestle a lot, and like. Those guys are obviously almost 100%. They don't get like the Altons, but like those are like small examples of the entire tenure of scale at Penn State is like their tanks are great. So something to that, maybe just wrestling a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ben's an absolute hypocrite with the shirtless thing. That's
one picture ever, and now I'm a hypocrite.
One picture ever.
That's it.
Are you saying that's the only picture of you posted?
Well, I mean, I used to fight men half naked, but besides that, one picture ever.
Yeah. Well, I hike half naked. Is that? What makes one better?
Christian with his shirt off, it's like at least once a week. It's like you go to the Instagram story.
I'm not sure. He's changed
It's not that often. If you look at it, it's not that often.
Tell him, Jay.
A couple times a year.
I always have my shirt on. I mean, I'm anti tank top. I always have
tank tops are the greatest invention ever. Sleeves are a nuisance.
Yeah, I cannot.
Dwight,
like, are you morally against it, or are you just like, I don't look good in a tank top?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I've just never been into tank tops ever. I think. What?
What if Madonna wore a tank top?
That wouldn't be good now. I don't think that'd be good now.
Yeah, she can't wear enough shirts. Good gracious.
Hey guys, before we go, we at least got to comment.
I'm going to give Christian a call right after the show, and if he doesn't give us a dirt, JD, I'm going to text you, and then you need to put in a double leg on him when you get to the office.
Yeah.
How about the Yankees getting swept last night?
I don't know.
They're under 500 for the first time since '95.
It is incredible. So, oh man, so the Yankees are by far the most hated franchise in my family by far.
Yes.
Have been since I was a child.
And they should be.
They are truly
you personally hate Andy Hamilton.
That is tough for me because he represents everything that the Yankees don't represent in my mind.
Yeah. Yep.
Integrity, class, all the way, right?
And he's brainwashed. He's part of them. He's one of them.
Yeah. It's distressing. So anyway, Little League's coming up. Caleb's getting ready to start the Round Rock Little League, and he's been the Little League team, the Astros. He's been the Rangers a couple times, but he found out he's the Yankees.
Oh,
he is not happy.
He's not going to report.
He's like,
man to trade.
He literally said, "I'm taking the decals off my hat." I'm like, I don't think you can.
You're doing a good job as his dad, if that's the case. Good parenting moment.
And why I'm proud is because this is just naturally in him. I haven't had to tell him. He has learned that this is a depraved franchise that deserves nothing but pain. So yeah, we are on the same page there. Hey, It is 9:31.
We got some gnarly storms outside of Michigan right now. I just looked at the weather. No,
man, what are you doing again there?
What are you doing, Shane? I'm going to Great Lakes Open. All right.
This is golf.
Disc golf. Golf's garbage. Disc golf.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to disc golf, like when you go to golf tournaments, it's like 4 days, right? 4 rounds.
Yeah, I'm only going for 1 day.
It's just one round of golf.
No, they go 3 or 4, but I'm only doing one day. I'm going. It's an appearance. I'm not playing in the tournament.
I was just gonna ask that. Are you like a big time? I mean, I know you're really good, but so they like bring you in, and you're like that's crazy.
Throw bombs. All right.
We gotta go.
All right. We can get to questions. We'll get to them next time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We allegedly, but definitely won't be in our temporary studio on Monday.
Also, alleged regular schedule again.
Yeah.
Thursday.
This is all alleged and unlikely to actually happen. There is a curse. But if it happens, that'll be great. Regardless, we're having the show on Monday. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Keep watching Junior Worlds. Go USA. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, Shane, for coming on.
Good seeing you guys. Take care.
See you guys. Thank you.